Hello everyone, welcome to the 2019-2020 High School Sports Award presentation. At this time, I'd like to start by introducing this year's St. Julie Award recipient, Senior Nora Leach, who will lead us in prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God, thank you for a blessed sports season and year. Tonight we celebrate the amazing achievements and talents you have given us. Bless the young women here tonight who have trained and worked so hard this year. Help us to use our gifts wisely and continue to persevere through all of the hardships we may face. We ask you to bless all of our athletes, coaches, and families as we celebrate our achievements and continue to grow in our athletic abilities and ourselves. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Before I introduce Mrs. Bernazzani for some remarks, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the person who worked very hard putting this all together, and that's Coach Ken Najum. If it wasn't for him, I'm not sure I would have been able to master this. My tech savvy skills are not what they should be. So thanks, Coach Najum, for doing all of this. And also, for those of you who may not realize this, Coach Najum put together our weight room last year, and now he's working on putting together the room next door, the cardio room. And he does this all volunteer. He volunteers his own time and material. So I really appreciate all that he does. So thanks, Coach Najum. And now, Mrs. Bernazzani.
Congratulations, Lancers. This video celebrates our student athletes, and while we would have loved to do this in person, please know the sentiment is still here. We are so proud of all your accomplishments this year. Your coaches will go into greater details on your seasons, but please know this. It is not easy to go from school to practice to games. You put in so much effort all around, and we acknowledge and applaud you on this today. On behalf of the faculty, we've loved watching you this year, whether on the field, the track, the cross-country trail, the pool, the court. You've brought pride to NDA every time. There's a reason that we have so many MIAA sportsmanship banners in the gym, and it's from our incredible student athletes like yourselves. I hope you enjoy this awards video. I want to thank Ms. Zappola and your coaches for this video and for all they've done this past year. And here's hoping for a great season in 2020 and 2021.
I'd like to thank Fonda for all of their work over the past years in helping to support the athletic program and the extracurricular activities. And I especially would like to acknowledge and thank the outgoing president, Russell Gavlak, for all of his work over the past 4 years. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Bill Maher, who will speak on behalf of Russ.
My name is Bill Maher. I am the newly elected president of Fonda, and this is my wife, Julie, who is the secretary for Fonda.
Hey, everyone.
We just wanted to take a few minutes to thank the outgoing president, Russ Gavlak, for all that he's done for Fonda and for NDA these past 2 years. Normally we'd be doing this at the sports banquet, but unfortunately, as everyone knows, things haven't gone quite as planned this year. Russ was one of the first people we met at NDA. We came to the open house when we were still considering NDA for our daughter, and we just remember him being super welcoming. And I'm sure that if you've come the last couple of years to an open house, you probably met Russ the same way. That's the dedication that he has shown to the school, whether it be at the open house or the accepted students night, the freshman barbecue, sports banquet, or any of the other events or fundraising events that the school has had. Russ always has a presence. You would see Russ at many of the different sporting events, whether it be the home, like a basketball game, volleyball game, cross-country meet, whether he was helping build a set for the Drama Guild's show, or working the concession stand for them. He's constantly at NDA events, and when we have a fundraiser, he's the first one to show up or to volunteer his time to do it. I think that Mrs. Bernazzani and Ms. Zappola could attest to how invaluable Russ has been to the school these past 2 years and how important the students are to him. On a personal level, I want to thank Russ for his leadership and for his guidance, showing me the ins and outs of Fonda. I know I have some pretty big shoes to fill, and I hope to continue the momentum and the enthusiasm that he has created in Fonda.
We also wanted to thank his wife Luz for all the support that she's shown to Fonda throughout the years. It's evident that support to others and the NDA community runs in the family.
So thanks to the Gavilacs for all that you've done for Fonda and for NDA over the years. We wish you the best of luck in the future and know that you will always be a special part of the NDA family. Thanks.
17 members of this year's senior class participated in at least one sport, or would have if we had had a spring season. I know that was really hard to take, especially for our seniors. I'd like to recognize each senior, and as customary, Fonda is providing blankets for all the senior athletes. Charlie Ray Aldana Prue, soccer, track and field. Molly Barad, track and field. Rachel Deshays, indoor track, track and field. Aaliyah DeBoer, track and field. Nina Duong was the volleyball team manager. Cherry Jin, tennis. Erin Coons, soccer, track and field. Amy Lewis, swimming, and she was the basketball team manager. Tegan McCaffrey, swimming. Hannah McLeod, volleyball, tennis. Juliana Marari, she was a volleyball team worker and played basketball. Rhea Patel, swimming. Joy Tu, indoor track and softball. And Joy was going to be a captain this year for softball. She wanted to make sure that I got that in. Danielle Werdeman, swimming. Raga Zhu, tennis. We also have two seniors who are have special awards coming to them. One was announced at the baccalaureate, so for those of you that weren't in attendance at the baccalaureate, this year's Rachel Ann Morrison Scholar Athlete recipient is Nora Leach. Nora was an 8-season athlete. She participated 4 years of swimming and 4 years of track and field. We also have one 12-season athlete in this year's senior class. Erin Dowdy will be receiving the Alumni Athletic Award. Erin participated in 4 years of volleyball, 2 years of basketball, 2 years of indoor track, and 4 years of softball. And Erin would have been softball captain this past spring. So congratulations to you, Bill. I also would like to acknowledge the coaching staff. I really feel as though we have one of the best coaching staffs around. They all support each other and they all get along very well and attend other games, not just their own. So thank you to the coaches. And also thank you parents for all of your support in coming in to your daughter's games, driving them to and from practices and all of that. I know that it takes an effort for kids to play sports, so thank you. And last but not least, thank you to all of our student athletes. And as Mrs. Bernazzani had mentioned, they always display excellent sportsmanship, so I really appreciate that.
To start off, I'm Sean Glasheen. I am the head swim coach this year. This is my second year doing it. To help me out was my dive coach, was Rebecca Finnegan. She's also, once again, been a great help this year. The kids really rely on her, and I rely on her, and she's been awesome so far. And with that, I just want to get to the kids. But before I do that, I just want to also say shout out to Geraldine Leach. Last year, we had Sue Ryan, who was above and beyond parent rep, and all the senior parents really stepped up the year as a whole. Geraldine was kind of like my go-to in the conversations, but everybody was a great success. But I just want to say thank you to all of them. Starting with the now go get to the kids. We'll start with the captains. Captain Nora Leach, Captain Amy Lewis, and Captain Danielle Werdeman. Those are our three captains, and now we go down to the rest of our team, which is Melissa Badanik, Natalia Conceição, Sammy Fisher, Kendall Froment, Abby Golden, Katie Johnson, Tegan McCaffrey, Rhea Patel, Yoshida Rain, and last but not least, Sophia Velez. Just to get to a quick thing about our season, I want to start out by saying that we did have a team qualify for sectionals this year and got their best time of a 2:12.19 in the 200 medley relay, which is the first event of the meet, and that went with our backstroker was Melissa, breaststroke was Natalia, butterfly was Sammy, and then freestyle was Abby. So that was really awesome to have them, and they were also Lowell Sun All Stars, and with that they got a sportsman. They were in the the honorable mention category on sportsmanship. Other than that, we only had one win this year, but as I judge all of our wins, I go off of our improvements. I go off of how we done as a team, and with that we did very well. Okay, we came in every day. We worked hard. We gave it 110%. These girls make it so easy to coach because when you go in, number one, they have very positive attitudes. And that means a lot to me and to Rebecca to come in when we get the positive attitudes. And when there is a negative attitude, we do our best to kind of work together as a team to help figure that out and give everyone the best positive experience. So if people come in with a bad mood, they at least leave with a good mood and don't leave with the bad mood continuing. With that being said, even with only our one win, we went into the last meet, our conference meet, with best times, and we left with best times. So it was really great to see that happen. Now I just want to get to the awards. The awards, I'm going to start with our coaches award. No, sorry, I'm going to start with our sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is going to a swimmer that really was big, like meeting her last year. She was really good in the distance, 200, 500-yard freestyles. And she really just like had a great positive attitude. She came into this year bringing it, and unfortunately, she had an injury occur that really like did not plan to go the way it was, and unfortunately, it really kept her from competing a lot this year. She only competed at one meet, the senior meet, which was a great time to see her swim. But other than that, she had the best attitude of all. She showed up to any practice that she could. She made sure that she was doing all she can to let the team support. She would write the team notes. She would make sure everyone was staying positive. She'd be cheering everyone on. She did all she could to be there for the team. And I just got to say, that's kudos to her. It's hard being injured in this sport, in any sport, and wanting to get back out there. But instead, she made the best of her senior year. So the sportsmanship award is going to go to Amy Lewis. Next is the most improved award. This goes to a swimmer who last year, kind of opposite of what's going on, battled with a little bit of injury towards the end of the year and came into this year and she looked focused and she looked ready to improve. It's like she was ready to come in, ready to change everything that was going on, really wanted to end senior on a high note, ended being one of our very solid swimmer, okay, in the 100 freestyle, in the 100 back, okay. She had some awesome times and some awesome drops, and she's actually going to swim next year at my former college, my alma mater, St. Michael's College. So I'm really excited for this person. That is our most improved, which is Tegan McCaffrey. And our coaches award is going to an athlete who this is her second year on the team, and she's one of those kids that comes in and works hard just like everyone else. She wants to come in. She always wants to improve. She always wants to do better. And this year, she ended up being put in a position where she had to be a big part on the team. And instead of just shying away from it, she stepped up to the challenge. And with that, she was able to come in and was a big freestyle for us, had a lot of big drops, and had a lot of fun this season. She's a fun person to coach because she always comes in with a positive attitude. Everyone will tell you that this swimmer is always happy. And that is our most improved, our Coaches Award winner, which is Abby Golden. And to top us off, the MVP is going to a swimmer who this is her third year on the team. And, last year being a sophomore and now this year being a junior, she comes in, and last year I looked at her as a leader, and this year I looked at her again as a leader, just like all the other seniors, and she really stepped up as she always does. There were times where she had some battles, whether it came to being very sick, working a lot, no matter what, this swimmer did all that she could to not make an excuse. And even on days where, she had a really tough day, she wasn't feeling it, she did all she could for the team. And I will say this with honesty, she's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen at the sport. She loves it, and she really cares about everyone on this team. And that's why I believe, in being the anchor to our relays and being a big-time swimmer for us that we expect to perform in and day out, that takes a lot on for someone, but she loves rising up to the challenge. So that's going to go to our MVP is Sammy Fisher. All right, thank you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Go NDA.
Hi everybody, my name is Carrie Kane. I am the volleyball coach. I'm going to start with the JV team. The JV team had a great season. They learned a lot and they also grew as people. Here's our JV team. Isabel Hallisey, Rose Strohill, Krishna Patel, Kennedy McCarthy, Michaela Eath, Sam Sheehan, Katie Ma, Margaret Baker, Brielle Hardy, Kiara Masabni, Carly Sheedy, Bella Dickinson, and Alana D'Addario. For my Coaches Award, goes to somebody who's always happy and smiling even when they're not feeling their best. She always gave 100% at all times. She has the heart and the passion for everything that she does. Keep up the great work. My Coaches Award goes to Katie Ma, number 29. Congratulations. For my most improved player, this was her first year playing. She was unbelievable at following directions and picking up things very, very quickly. By the end of the season, she was having kills and aces. Number 6, Rose Strohill. Congratulations. Off to my most valuable player. This player is an extremely hard worker, dedicated, focused, and has the heart. Gives 110% at all times, and does more than what's asked of her and pushes herself to always do better. Congratulations, number 20, Samantha Sheehan. And now for our varsity volleyball. Our record may not have shown as many wins as we may have hoped, but we gained so much more. We learned aspects of the game together, and we also bonded with our teammates and made new friendships, and we even had a lot of fun and made memories that will last a lifetime. I am so proud of each and every one of you for giving 110% at all times, on and off the court. Let's start with our senior captain, Erin Dowdy, our senior captain, Hannah McLeod, Angela Tarantino, Ishna Baguette, Emily Aho, Natty Wallant, Maeve McClomas, Steph Bradley, and Maya Hardy. First, I'm going to start off with my MIAA Sportsmanship Award, which goes to somebody who has such great sportsmanship. She's always positive on and off the court. She's always looking out for her teammates and even reaching out to other people on other teams. I can't say enough about what a great person she is. Number 15, Emily Aho. Next is my Coaches Award. My Coaches Award goes to someone who is determined. She's focused. She has so much heart for what she does. I am so proud of how far you have come as a player. She is also humble, and she will not expect this at all. Number 5, Isha Baguette. Next is my most improved player. This girl is one of the hardest workers that I have met. She is determined not only on the court, but off the court as well. She's also focused and attentive. I even had other coaches and refs comment about how far she has come in such a short time during our season. Congratulations, number 8, Maya Hardy. Last but not least, I have my most valuable player. This player is focused, determined, aggressive, cheerful, smart, great sportsmanship, good energy on and off the court. She's our leader in aces and kills. She leaves 110% on the court at all times. I could go on. Congratulations, number 27, Natty Wallant. Thank you again for having me this year, ladies. I hope to see you all next season. Stay strong during all of this. Remember, we're in it together. We can get through anything. We're one big team. Miss you, ladies. Enjoy your summer, and I will see you soon.
Hi, Lady Lancers. For those who don't know me, my name's Ken Najum, varsity soccer coach. I hope all is well is out there. This year was a rebuilding year for us. We had 5 middle school girls and 1 freshman in our starting lineup. That was out of 11 girls. It's going to be an exciting year next year. They all come back. We're going to be faster, smarter, bigger, stronger. I can't wait. I wish I could give all my girls an award. They all deserve recognition for the hard work they put in throughout the soccer season. Soccer is a team-orientated sport. Good players around you make you a better player. But my 4 recipients this year, it's kind of reverse. They made players around them better. They've proved over and over again that they were not to be outdone by our opponents. And when the whistle blew, they brought their A game every single game, and it was spectacular. They were leaders on and off the field, great teammates. They always expected more of themselves and tried harder. You know, you tell them they did a great job, and they go, well, what could I have done better? What could I have done better? All these 4 girls are great athletes in in the league, and I expect great things from them in the future also. Let me start off with the MIAA award. It goes to a young lady who I've known for the past 3 years, who has grown as a person and has grown as a player. She's an outstanding player who has demonstrated sportsmanship, athletic skills, leader by action, very coachable person, academically sound, and willing to accept new ways to do things. In other words, in a few words, a coach's dream player. Kate M. She'll also be captain of our 2020 soccer team, one of the 3. Let me move on to my MVP players for the year. We'll start with my forward line. This young lady's a senior, a league all-star. She was captain of this year's team. She was the team leading scorer, team leading assist scorer. Other teams always double teamed her. They were afraid of her. Every time she touched the ball, she was a threat to put the ball in the back of the net. I will miss her sassy attitude that kept things in perspective and enjoyable. This year award goes to Erin. This year MVP for my midfielders is a sophomore, will be a captain of the 2020 team, has improved in every practice, every game. She can play multiple positions and do very well at each one. Always willing to do what's best for the team, even though it isn't her best position. She'll sacrifice that in order to make the team better. I've asked her to step up this year and fill a position that's very pivotal to our team's success, and it was center mid. She's really didn't play it that much the year before, but she accepted the challenge this year and did an outstanding job. This year award goes to Kate V. This year MVP for my fullback line is a junior, a league all-star, captain of the 2019 team, and will be one of the 3 captains for the 2020 team. And in the 3 years that she's played for me, she's changed from a timid player with a lot of skills to a force to be reckoned with. She understands the game well and has never have to be told where to be in certain situations. She understands how the dynamics of the game works, and she's my go-to player for in the back defensive end of the playing field. And this year's award goes to Ashley. And that's it for me, and I hope everyone have a great summer, and hope to see everybody in mid-August. We'll get back to working on the soccer field, and I hope this COVID doesn't derail our fall season. So be safe out there, and we'll see you in August. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Coach Manny, and I am the head coach of the cross country and track team here at the Academy of Notre Dame. First off, I'm gonna start with cross country, as I have my assistant coach, Coach Hootie, who helped out tremendously during the season, and then our manager was Jakira Willett, who helped out coming to the meets and helping out set up and take the scores. We'll start off with our two captains. We have Kate Conrad and Shani Patel. And then for the rest of the team, we have Katie Carnival, Natalie Foy, Emily Hidalgo, Erin Reagan, and then Maya Shanahan. For highlights, we had a tremendous year. This is my first year coaching, and it was very successful. We finished off with the season at a 10-3 overall record, and we ended up becoming undefeated in the lower league, and we were crowned regular season champs and CAC lower league champ. It was a tremendous season. In the league meet, we took 6 out of the 12 spots at the league meet, and we really worked hard as a team, trying to be intact. And then in the state meet, we did well as well. Everyone pretty much improved, and we did really well at the state meet. For next year, I'm really looking forward to next year. It's going to be a really great year. We have a lot of our runners coming back, and they're hungry to just get better and just have a great season next year. We're looking forward to just claim our conference title again, and to improve our place that we got at states last year, and to hopefully make it to the all-state meet as a team, which is the top 4 teams in the state meet. It's a great goal, but I think it's not gonna be easy, but I think with hard work we could do it. With the awards, for MVP, we had Kay Conrad. She worked really hard. She was our #1 runner. She got 6th place at CAC, and she just worked really hard and pushed everybody to the limits. Great leader, and she was definitely our best runner on the team. For the coaches award, we have Shani Patel. She was a great leader. She got injured 1 week, and that didn't stop her from just being a great leader and motivating everybody. Yeah, she was definitely a great teammate. For sportsmanship, we have Natalie Foy. She distributed great leadership skills. She pushed everybody to the limits. She made sure that everybody was working hard, and during the meets, she made sure she gave her all, and that definitely was contagious to the other runners, seeing how much she pushed all the way to the end. Most improved was definitely Maya Shanahan, where at the beginning of the season she was 6th in the team with a time of 31 minutes, and she improved each meet. And by the time came to league meet, she was 3rd on the team, and finished 8th overall with at league meet with a time of 23 minutes and 32 seconds. A huge 8-minute improvement of the team overall. Tremendous. Our All-Stars, we had Kate Conrad and Katie Carnival, which they both finished in the top 8, which meant getting an All-Star on the cross country. Now I'm going to switch over to our indoor track team. For indoor track, I was helped out by Coach Petrus. She was heavily involved with the sprinters and the hurdlers, also helping out with the throwers as well from time to time, and I was mainly involved with the middle and long distance. So we'll start with our captains. We had Kate Conrad, and we also had Shani Patel. There are 2 captains. They both very much deserve to be captains. They were great leaders as they were in cross country season, and it just carried on for the indoor season. And we also have on the team Anne-Marie Adedoji, Erin Dowdy, Sophia Cregan, Rachel Desais. We also have Kendall Froment, Joy Tu, Katie Page, Krishna Patel, and Katie Rivera. The highlights of the season, it was we had a lot of young runners, but everybody improved, came out to work hard each and every day. At the league meet, we ended up finishing third overall, but it was a very, very tight meet where we had 79 points, which was a huge improvement from the past few years. And we ended up getting third, but just by 3 points. So that was very much promising. While we wanted to win the meet, just like everybody else, it was very close. And then, yeah, everybody improved tremendously. And for next year, everybody's really hungry. Since we only lost by 3 points, we're all hungry to. We have mostly everybody returning back, but we are hungry to claim that league title next year, as well as the cross country title, and that'll be a very huge thing for us as for our runners and also our throwers. So yeah, I'm looking for everybody to improve tremendously and get that title next year, and just to have another overall great season. For awards, again we have for MVP Kate Conrad. She ran the 2 mile all throughout the season, and she always ran really well and always finished in the top 3. And at the league meet, it was a tight race for the overall team title, and she was no doubt ready to run the mile, as she never really ran the mile during the season. So she was like, "Coach, I run the mile for the team," and she did it, and she ran tremendously well. Came in 4th overall, and she came in 3rd overall in the 2 mile, so she definitely deserved that MVP award. Next award up, Coach's Award. Coach Award is gonna go to Rachel, and she really much deserved it. She came out, worked really hard, great leader. She was always willing to clean up, set up, and make sure everyone was doing what they're supposed to do. And she was just an also overall great runner to have. The next award is going to go to Sportsmanship Award. That's going to go to Katie Rivera. She worked hard every day, as it was the first year running the hurdles, and just the way she went about it was very contagious, as everybody saw how much she improved. And she also during the meets, she just wanted everybody to do better and push everybody. And she was very much, even when she wasn't running, she was cheering on everybody. If I needed help with anything, she was willing to help. Cleaning up, anything that needed to be done, she was always willing to help. And also at the league meet, she ran the 55 hurdles, and since the race for the overall team title was very close, I wanted to run the 300, where she never ran this whole year, but she's a competitive runner, and she ended up running it last minute and placed 4th overall. And it shows tremendous courage and great sportsmanship that when it came down to the big meet, she did what she had to do, and she ended up running her heat and got 4th overall, and that showed tremendous sportsmanship. Last but not least, most improved goes to Kendall Frament. She ran a mile, and from the beginning of the season, she just kept dropping her time in the mile, and improved tremendously. And she worked really hard throughout the season, and definitely showed. And she ended up finishing 3rd overall, as in the mile. And 3rd overall means you get all-star at the league meet. So for the league meet, top 3 was all-star, and Kate Conrad and also Rachel Deshaws also got all-star, as Kate Conrad got 3rd overall in the mile, like I said, and then 3rd overall in the 2 mile. Rachel Deshaws came in 3rd overall in the 55 hurdles, and then like I said, Kendall came in third overall in the mile. So yeah, overall, great season for both cross country and the track. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to coach outdoor track this season because of the shutdown of the school. But I'm definitely looking forward to the future and what it has in store. And I hope everyone stays safe. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you when that time comes. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Derek Stokes. I was the Notre Dame Academy Tingsboro JV girls basketball coach for the winter sports season of 2019 and 2020. The reason that I'm doing this video is because it is in lieu of the annual sports banquet due to the coronavirus situation. So this video is just a little bit about our JV girls basketball season this past winter. I'd like to discuss some of the things that we went through, some of the highlights, the team members, the awards, etc. First of all, I'm going to start with the team members. Aliza Zhuang, Farida Algomrawe, Gabrielle Hardy, Emma Kate Lingley, Chloe McComas, Maya Shanahan. Those 6 were the 6 main players on our team that made up the JV team. And then we had 3 floaters. These 3 ladies floated between varsity and JV. Natalie Foy, Catherine McNamee, and Molly Shanahan. We also had a girl named Shayla Conley who played in the first 2 or 3 games with us, and then she transferred to a different school. But Shayla was a great kid and a very hard worker and a nice part of our team as well. We did not have any designated team captains for the entire season. What I did instead is each game I would designate a couple of people, a couple of girls to go out and meet with the referees, and they would be our team captains for that particular game. So I would kind of mix that up each game. The highlights of our 10-9 season, and there were many, it was just a great, very fun season. It was such an honor to coach this hard-working group of ladies. There were a lot of fun personalities. We worked hard. The kids just did their best. They gave it their all, and they definitely improved as individuals and as a team. So there were a lot of highlights, but if there was one that I really had to pick that stood out among all of the others, it was the game at home against Chelsea. The second half of the season. It was a nail-biter of a game. It came right down to the wire, and we ended up pulling it out with a victory because we played with so much energy and heart, and we matched the intensity that Chelsea brought. I remember going into the locker room at the end of that game, and it was just such a fun atmosphere, and we were all elated, and the girls, the smiles on your faces were fantastic, and it was well-deserved for all the hard work that you put in during that game. Next, I'd like to talk about the team awards. The Defensive MVP award goes to Farida Algomrawe. Farida, you were a lockdown defender. You improved as the season went on, and I could certainly trust you as the season went on to lock down and shut down the team's better offensive opposing players. You played with a lot of heart, energy, and enthusiasm, and congratulations on the Defensive MVP award, Farida. The Offensive MVP award goes to Chloe McComas. Chloe, throughout the season, you were consistently one of our top scorers. Whenever we needed a basket, you would come up big, and that helped give us that spark of energy we needed in a lot of the games. You also had a very nice floating shot from the free throw line. It was a jump shot, and it was a lot of fun to watch. So the sky's the limit for you. Keep working hard. And the last award is the Coaches Award. This is kind of like an unsung hero award. And this goes to Emma Kate Lingley. Emma Kate, I know the game of basketball was new to you last season, and you might not have went out there and scored a ton of points and did a lot of those glamour things. However, what you did not go unnoticed to me as a coach. You did a lot of the little things that fly under the radar, but that truly make a difference in the final outcome of the game. Diving for loose balls, playing with great energy, giving us that spark of energy that we so much needed during many of the games. Unfortunately, my time is just about up. The video does not allow us to have much time. As I said before, I could talk for hours about this group of ladies that I coached. It was an honor to coach you all. We had so much fun. I hope to keep in touch with you. Please let me know. You all have my contact information. If any of you have any questions or need any advice, etc., please don't hesitate to give me a call, and please stay in touch. I wish you guys all the best. Keep working hard in life and in basketball, or whatever you do. If you work hard, you'll be successful and you'll be happy. Truly have a passion for what you set out to do in life, and just keep working hard. Have a great summer and keep in touch. Thank you very much for making it such a great season.
Hi, I'm Tia Willette, and I am the girls varsity basketball coach. Before I start, I just want to announce the girls on the team. So we have Emily Aho, Natalie Foy, Sophia Jean, Jessica Mena, Maeve McComas, Catherine McNamee, Juliana Maruri, Rose Strobel, Ashley Tovar, and Madeline Wayland. People who came up and helped in tournament were Molly Shanahan, Brielle Hardy, Chloe McComas. I also want to give a big thank you to my JV coach Derek Stokes for a great season and helping the varsity team, to Fonda for running concessions during our games and providing the team with support, and to all the parents, friends, and family who showed up to support the team at both home and away games. We thank you so much. We probably couldn't have done it without you. Now, coming into the season as a first-year varsity coach, I was full of nerves and excitement, to say the least. I questioned how to run tryouts, how to select teams without hurting people's feelings, and worked on how to structure practices for the varsity level, which brought stress in more ways than I could have imagined before the season started. Without the team I had, this year would not have been nearly as successful. I could talk about it for hours, but since these are supposed to be short, I'll just sum up the year by congratulating the girls for a great 15-5 regular season finish, ending first in our league. And yes, we're very excited because there will be a banner, which the girls definitely deserved. We also did go to the quarterfinals for tournament. We won our first game, which was awesome, but we did suffer a hard-fought loss against an excellent opponent for our second game. So when I do think about this season, I'm really proud. And the girls should be too. We laughed a lot. We got frustrated a lot. But I can honestly say that we enjoyed every second of it. This was by far the most memorable season I've had so far. And it was just awesome. And I'm excited to pick it right up for next year, because I think we'll just start fresh and new, and it's going to be really exciting because we did so much work this year that I think it'll be easy to pick up next year. Now for the awards. Before I start, I just want to acknowledge the League All-Stars, Madeline Wayland, Ashley Tovar, and Jessica Mena. Without them, the season would have been tougher than it was, so good job, girls. All right, so my first award is going to a girl who began the season full of doubt. She was coming back after a year hiatus and was sure she would be behind her peers. But she soon surprised herself and even me. She averaged about 8 points a game, made multiple defensive stops, was always encouraging. She was harder on herself than I could have been on her, but she always put a positive spin on things even when she struggled. I'm happy that she came back this year, and I cannot wait to see how her senior year on the court goes. So my coach's award goes to Maddie Whalen. Very deserved. Now, my next award might be confusing for some because she was injured for a good portion of the season. But before her injury, she was playing the best game she's played since she started at NDA. She began to figure out her role, started getting the direction she needed, and she gained a lot of confidence. She led the team in both blocks and rebounds throughout the season. She worked hard to assert herself on the court and was 10 times the player she was the previous year. She focused on her abilities and listened to every direction she was given, and her improvement was unmatched by any other player on the team. Therefore, the most improved player goes to Emily Aho. Congratulations. The next award goes to a player who was always cheering her team on. Even when she wasn't on the court, she was engaged and invested in the team and the game. When she was on the court, she demanded attention and worked incredibly hard to grab rebounds, make defensive stops, and charge at the hoop. She never talked down to her team or said negative things about other teams. She understood that basketball is a competition, and her competitiveness was unmatched. She wanted to win and play, but treated everyone she came into contact with respectfully. So the NDA Sportsmanship Award goes to Juliana Maruri. Great job.
This player, the next player I'm going to talk about, came into the gym and stepped on the court, surprising us all. As an 8th grader, she led the team in points and taught even the older players a thing or two about being an offensive threat. Although she was the youngest on the team, she brought confidence to the team and made them grow into even better players than they were at the start. With her knowledge and drive to score, she demanded respect but shared the spotlight, which is hard for a lot of players. I would never describe her as a selfish player because, despite averaging 20 points a game, she always passed the ball to someone more open than her if they were available. She is unselfish and really understands both basketball and what it means to be on a team. She was a wonderful addition to the team, and because of that, Jessica Mena has earned Offensive MVP. So good job, Jess. And I have one more award. So my final award is going to a girl who's great offensively, but she is a standout because of her incredible defense. Her tenacity, determination, intensity, and all-around excellent drive are unmatched. I can't remember more than 4 games where she ever stepped off of the court. Even when she begged, I don't even think I took her out. She was too valuable to lose and often played the entire game with no breaks outside of a short 1 minute between quarters, any time out in halftime. She never complained because she knew the team relied on her, which is awesome. She was a model player and one the entire team could look up to and learn from. I can't imagine playing any game without her, and because of that, my defensive MVP award goes to Ashley Tovar, and it's very well deserved. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Lancers. What an exciting year for me as the head of school. There was so much winning. Cross country, swimming, and basketball. And I'm sure spring would have been wonderful too if the season was not canceled. I'm proud of all of you, not for the winning, but for what it means and takes to be a scholar athlete. Rigorous academics combined with practice and competition requires grit, fortitude, and determination. Your dedication and commitment is admirable. Every time you put on a Lancer uniform and represent our school, you brought pride to the academy. Through your good sportsmanship, teamwork, and your commitment to fair play, I'm looking forward to cheering you on next year. Best wishes to our seniors as they head off to college. Go Lancers!